All right, you guys, welcome back to some more Ley-Line. We just had a lot of exciting things happen last episode. So Louis and Adelheid were trying to get into the clock tower. We ended up kind of deceiving them a little bit for now, but they implied that they knew some other things that were going on. And we really want to find out what those are. We kind of committed to Muko again about finding Matsuki and kind of discovering what's going to happen with that. And I'm hoping we'll talk a little bit about that today as we just finished up all of that. So let's go ahead and continue on here. The next day, the school is as calm as ever, as obviously nobody knows about what happened last
あい
night.
つら今日は見かけねえけど、どうせおとなしくしてねえだろうしな。
We're in our classrooms during the day, so we're unable to keep an eye on them. We don't know where they currently are. For now, we decide to assemble in the bureau office during our lunch
あ、
break.
後ろさん。
On entering the library, we see that Muko is already here, and she's talking to Rito about something. Hey, what are you talking
彼
about?
女たちは以前こちらの図書館にも興味を示していたので、何か調べていなかったかとお聞きしていたところです。
I think that's a good place to start. Sure.
何度か来て、あの辺りの本棚をよく見ていたわ。
We receive an explanation from Muko, and Rito proceeds to point to a corner of the library.
あの辺って何の本があるんだ？
学園に関する資料ね。
私も前に調べたことがある。学園内の見取り図や年表などです。
Well, we know that it was kind of rebuilt at some point. They were trying to find the entrance to the clock tower, so they thought they could try looking through the library.
念のため、彼女たちが調べていた本を払ってみようと思います。
そうだね。見てみようよ。
We split up and looked through the books in the area that Rita pointed out.
この辺一体全部かよ。
There's a lot.
古賀くんと村雲くんはそちらの端からお願いします。
じゃあ俺たちはこっち側からだね。
Gosh, this is gonna take a while trying to go through all these books. Unless we're just looking at, like, pictures. We divide ourselves between each end of the gigantic bookshelf and start flipping through books one by one. The ones here look like graduation albums. Years of bulky hardcover graduation albums are lined up chronologically. There's some
飛ん
missing.
でる？
Look, there's a couple years missing. There could have been an accident during this time.
ああ、なんかそんな話あったな。その事故の時に火事で燃えちまったってことか？
I think so. But wait, if there was a fire, shouldn't the previous year's albums have been burned as well?
それ以前のは、ちゃんとあるな。
As we're staring at the albums looking confused, Muko pops by. What's your take on this? It'd be strange if they were lost in the fire, right?
ねえ、燃えたわけではないのでしょう。事故があった後、一時休校になったそうですから、アルバム自体作られていないのかも。
I mean, if the school really was burnt down and had to be rebuilt, they would have just probably had school. Or at least they wouldn't have had it, you know, nearly as many people here. I don't know. I think it's more likely to assume they just didn't have school.
そういうことか。
I don't know. It depends on how big of a fire it was. If they had to, like, recreate every single part of the school, then yeah. I mean, they just wouldn't have even had anybody. But for a few years, it was that big of a
他
fire.
の資料でも20年前のものが抜けていたことは以前調べた時もありましたからね。
今って何年だっけ？ 20年前って何年前の資料？
You're really bad at calculating dates, aren't you?
20年前ってと、こっちの資料ならこの辺のはず。あ、やっぱねえわ。
Here as well, there aren't any school festivals, pamphlets, or athletic festival programs from that time.
へえ、やっぱり他の資料も20年前あたりは綺麗にないんだね。
As she's rummaging through some of the other documents, she suddenly stops and looks to be deep in thought. What's wrong?
それはおかしくありませんか？
With her brow furrowed, she looks at us and points at the
卒業
bookshelf.
アルバムがないのはわかります。休校になってしまったこの学園から卒業できなかったからアルバムが作られなかったのでしょう。
Okay, I follow you.
ですが、火事が起きたのが入学直後のことでなければ、学園祭や体育祭などの行事の資料は。
あ、それもそうだな。
20年前のものが一切ないってさすがに変だね。
火事で焼けたとは考えにくいです。古賀くんも言った通り、それ以前の資料は全て残っているわけですし、それに
Okay.
その資料を保存しているこの図書館は無傷です。
When we were looking at the sketches of the school a while back, Muko explained that the only parts of the school above ground were renovated. The basement was untouched. Could there be something else then? Some other reason that caused these documents to disappear?
あるとしたらどんな理由だろ
Yeah, it is kind of suspicious. It almost seems like they wanted to erase that entire time.
それを推察するには情報が足りませんね。建て替えられた校舎以外に20年前と以後で何か変わっていることはないか。
We split up again, pulling records from the years around 20 years ago and comparing them. I do want to know how long Fuhito has been principal, though. I did have my theory that she's actually a little bit older than she looks, because she looks like she's around our age, and it was kind of implied that she was in her route, right? But we kind of found out that never happened, so she could have been making that up, you know? Maybe she's actually a lot older than she really appears to be.
学園長は変わってるな。
Oh, good. We're actually covering that right now. Perfect.
最初はクラール・ラズリットさんで、火事の後からは今の学園長なんですね。
Hold on, it's not just the principal. Almost all the higher-ups were
こっちに
replaced.
今の学園長の弔辞みたいなのが載ってるぞ。
May the previous principal rest in peace. So she died in the fire.
校舎はほぼ全面的に大規模な建て替え、そして学園長以下幹部理事クラスは総入れ替えのようですね。
でも資料が消えてることにはどこにも何も触れてないね。
I don't know, would if there was something they wanted to cover up.
リトさんにも聞いてみましょう。ここに存在した資料なら
Putting everything back in the bookshelf we had over to where Rito is. Was I understanding that
リトさ
correctly?
ん、お聞きしたいことが。
Okay, so it's not just principal hires. There's another eulogy from the principal recorded here. So am I understanding it right that there was a... So there probably was like 3 different principals. So there was Crow, and then there was another woman. And then the current one took over after the fire. So Fuhito would be the 3rd. Am I understanding that correctly?
何かしら。
So who was this mystery woman that was only there for some period of time? I think we should have looked back a little bit further. I know... Yeah, because there should have been information about her. Unless it was all removed.
学園の資料に欠落があるのはなぜです？ 20年前の資料がことごとく抜けているのですが。
わからないわ。
Wow, something Rito doesn't know. That's crazy. He tilts her head and looks troubled. We all let out a cry of surprise.
あなたはこの図書館の蔵書のことは全て把握しているのでは？
それはそうよ。それでもわからないの。私には答えられない。
Why did the music change? She casts her eyes downwards at a loss for what to do. This clearly isn't her usual self. As we're trying to figure out what's going on, Muko gives us a slight nod and poses a question on behalf of all
な
of
ぜ
us.
わからないのか、その理由はわかりますか？
これ。
Oh shit, we actually get a Rito CG? It's been a while. She calmly opens the large book that she's carrying and shows us. Rows of text that appear to be titles of books are shown, but on this page, several of them have been blacked out.
このインク、少し変わった匂いですね。普通のインクではない。
そうね。
What's that mean?
消されているの。私の中から。だからわからない。
Your
この
memory.
目録を消されると、あなたの記憶からも消えてしまう。
ええ。だって、これが私だから。
もしかして、これがあなたなので
Is
す
she
か？
a mist? Is that what they're implying right now? I mean, that would make sense considering she's always in the library.
そう。 これが私、ラズリットの目録。リトグラフィエ・ラズリット。
これがって
Well, shit, that explains it. We never see her outside of the library, so...
本の方が本体だってのか？
そうよ。私はクラール・ラズリットの作り出した
ミストの。そうですか。だからここの宝物庫に封印されているミストは。
What's the body that's carrying the book
この
then?
体もラズリットの生み出したもの。目録を管理するためにね。
So wait, are you... I'm confused. Is she a mist, or is she more like a homunculus?
ホムンクルス
Okay.
ということですか。
ピーちゃん。
ええ、そうよ。私は目録として作られたから、その亜種というところかしら。
Ah, okay, this all makes sense. Wow, that's a revelation I wasn't expecting to have. She answers as if it was no big deal. Seems she doesn't care much about the fact that she is an artificial being. Where for us, it's quite the shocking discovery. Maru and Murakuma are stunned, their mouths wide open. Well, this explains why she had such awful ideas about romantic relationships. She wouldn't know. Oh, I didn't think you weren't... I did think that you weren't an ordinary student. How fast can we speed run a homunculus romance? We can fit that route in, right?
ってことは、そのラズリットさんもあのトランク使ったのかな？封印しちゃったけど、リトさん平気なの？
ワーグネルケースのことなら私は平気よ。だって私はあれによって作られたホムンクルスではないもの。ある程度の魔力を持つマギエならワーグネルケースなしでも魔術によって自立稼働するホムンクルスを。
An autonomous homunculus, huh? Given how she doesn't answer more than what she's asked and isn't fazed by weird incidents, it all kind of makes sense.
本体である目録にこういう細工をされたら私にはもうどうすることもできない。
誰がいつこの細工をしたのかも。
ええ、わからないの。
Well, darn,
そ
that's
れ
a
っ
problem.
てその変な匂いっていうインクの。
その可能性が高いですね。魔術的な効果のある
ってことは資料の方も単に火事のどさくさでなくしたとか言うんじゃねえな。
No, they were forcefully removed.
そうですね。誰かが
Intentionally.
故意に20年前の情報を隠そうとしている。
Is that what those two picked up on? This is what Heidi and Louis were
そ
investigating,
れに
right?
しては時計塔に執着していたのが気になります。
Oh, I see. It doesn't really have any relevance then. Which would mean that they're not fixated on the fire but something else. At any rate, it still bothers me that someone's trying to cover up what happened 20 years ago. Rito, how long have you been here
ずっ
for?
と昔から
Since forever. Great.
20年前にはい
たわよ。
なら20年前の火事も見てるのか？
いいえ、火事の時もずっとここにいたから。
Oh, you were just chilling, just... I'm just imagining her as that meme with the dog just like sipping on tea or something. Everything's fine. This is fine. Just sitting there while it's burning down. Right, the basement's unaffected. Yeah, I mean, she would have been fine in the basement. I know that, but I just think it's funny that she's just sitting there, just hanging out while the school's burning down.
そう、ここまで火は回ってこなかった。
そうですか。
Doesn't seem like asking her about 20 years ago is going to do us any good. Even if she did see something, it probably would have been wiped from her index. Having to deal with Heidi and Louis were already annoying enough, and now we have to complicate things.
あ、やべ、昼休み終わりだ。
Okay, theory time. What if this all has to do with Ninomai? Okay, hear me out. So if you remember, okay, this is a crazy theory, but you know, we're gonna go for it. If you remember, Louis was talking to Rito one day about transferring your like soul and using different bodies to like kind of house yourself and maybe like be able to use it as another body and like maybe to live longer, right? Okay, so Ninomai. I'm really like trying to think out this theory as I'm saying. That's why I'm like struggling to get it out. What if Ninomai is like someone transferred their soul to Ninomai? That's why you can understand what Ninomai is saying. I don't really know how she understands it, but that's why Ninomai talks and acts like a normal person, because Ninomai is actually a person. Okay, this is 200 IQ plays. Like you're not supposed to know this, but I'm going back. I'm looking at things that were said before. Rita would have maybe been commanded not to like say that you can do that. Like, oh yeah, you can't transfer your soul to another thing. No way, but you can. All right, dumb theories are over. Lunch break's over.
食べ損ねた。
Okay, that took me way too long to get that theory out because I was like, I need to think about this for a second, you know? We hurriedly leave the library for a classroom to the sound of the bell. I'm just wondering who it would be. Would it be Crowl? Like, I think somebody is like a mastermind here. Now, obviously, the principal knows a lot more than she's letting on to, but I don't think she's acting alone. That's why I suspect Ninomai. Ninomai is just the only one I could think of. Just in time. Running back to my classroom, I see that the teacher has not yet returned and the class is in a state of chaos.
どうしたの子が何難しい顔してんの
As I'm heading to my seat, Kurodani and Yoshida call out to me, staring at me quizzically. It seems that my expression is betraying the complicated situation we're in. It's nothing, a bit of breath since I ran back here.
なんだなんか事件じゃないのか残念そうに言わないの
Trying to think of it if we were talking about rumors Kurodani might know. What about you? Any interesting gossip lately?
そうだね中庭に誰も植えた覚えがない花が咲いてるらしいとか
Gosh, what the heck? Why have we not been asking you about more things? You're just a gold mine of information. Some seeds flew there probably because of the wind.
あとはなんかちょっと前に壊れた彫像が夜な夜な泣いてるらしいとか
What? Who could have seen that? Everyone's back in the dorms at night.
そうなんだよねだから私もこれはちょっと眉唾かなって思ってるんだけどさ
Has to be fake. Please don't cry, I'm begging you. It's part of the seal of the treasury, so there's nothing magical about it. I'd hate if there was really a crying function.
あと例の夕方出るって幽霊
The ghost appearing, huh? But it's appearing again. Hearing that makes my heart skip a beat since I know that it was actually Sumi-chan.
でも前は白いふわっとしたやつだったって話じゃない今度のはピンクの水玉だとかいう噂なんだよね
Pink polka dots. Sounds
なん
kind
か
of
可愛
cute.
くなっちゃっ
Pink. Won't ask why it's out in public wearing something like that. That is Sumi-chan, so what is this
だ
ghost?
よね幽霊っぽくないよねお化けならもっとお化けらしくしてほしいよね欲しくないよ
These are nothing more than rumors, so they're completely unrelated. Don't you have any stories from the past, like say something that happened 20 years
Huh?
ago?
何それ20年前って何かあったの
This is second information for me too, but apparently there's a big fire.
へえそうなんだ
You haven't heard about
全
it.
然知らなかったよ火事ってこの学園で校舎が燃えたの
Probably. I don't know the details either. I'm trying to dodge the question. A teacher enters the classroom and I rush back to my desk. But if Kurodani doesn't know, it's probably safe to assume this isn't common knowledge among the regular students. I thought there'd be rumors passed down throughout the years, at least. Someone must be intentionally covering this up. It's the Ermine! I know it is! Yeah, it seems like there aren't even any rumors about it amongst the student body. In the evening, I recount my conversation with Kurodani to Muko, who nods in response. The bell signaling the arrival of night is already rung, and night students have begun to file
夜
in.
の世界でも聞いてみた方がいいですねそもそも夜の世界は20年前からあったのかどうかも分かりませんが
ああ、聞いてみようぜ。
古賀君質問をお願いします私は様子を観察したいので
Got it. Eva-san and Hina-san just happen to walk in, and I call out to them.
いやあお揃いだな今日はどうしたの
Yeah, I wonder if the night students would have different information, since they kind of like just disappear, you know?
少々調べ物をしていまして
なんでしょう
Okay, I'm assuming we have to ask about all of these, so... You know where the graduation albums are
卒業
kept?
アルバム 昔のってこと？
Yeah, old
そう
ones.
いえば見たことないな。ひなは？
ひなもない。
ところで
see.
アルバムがどうかし。
新しい卒業アルバムのデザインの参考に昔のアルバムを調査してまして。
へえ。読者ってそんなこともするんだ。
Oh, we sort of do everything. That's kind of true.
ああいうのって何月頃写真撮るんだろう。やっぱり卒業間近？
おそらくそうではない。
そっか。撮る頃になったら教えてよ。ダイエットしとかなきゃ。
You're just gonna diet right before. Good luck with
焼
that.
肉我慢するの？
仕方ないだろ。ぽよぽよの姿を載せられるわけにはいかない。だから直前になったら教えてよ。
わ
Okay.
かりました。
Thanks. We digressed a lot from the main topic. What else I want to ask about? The school's past. Do you know anything about the school's
昔
past?
のってどういう？
Like if there was any big incidents or the people from back
事
then?
件ね。ひな、なんか聞いたことある？
ひなはない。
全然ですか？普通なんかこう都市伝説みたいな感じで伝わってる話とか。
あ、そうだ。どっかのトイレに赤いスカートの子が住み着いてるとかいう噂あったよね。
What?
ひなは知らない。
And the kid was male,
そう
right?
そ
なんだよそれ。
Don't ask me. I heard it from Kurodani.
どっから伝わったんだろうね。伊庭先輩のとこまで。
Oh, people are
私
so
は
weird
確
about
か
spreading things.
前に風紀委員の子から聞いたんだけど。
誰だ変な噂持ち込んだのは。
Well, disciplinary committee members do patrol during the night. It's possible they brought over the legends that they heard during the day. At any rate, this probably isn't relevant to what happened 20 years ago. What else did I want to ask about? See if we have any alumni. Have you kept in touch with any of your seniors who already graduated?
卒業した後のことは知らないや。会ってないよね。
ひなも。
No contact with alumni then. Iva-san and Hina-san leave as soon as it was time to head to their classroom. You want to ask around a bit more?
そうですね。風呂屋町さんが
She says that she lives at Furuya and Kazuga, who come up to us.
おはようございます。
Oh,
何
Ohio!
か調査ですか？
ええ、事件というわけではないのですが。
He glances at me, prompting me to start questioning them just like before. Oh, we gotta ask about the same thing. Do you know where the old graduation albums are
卒
kept?
業アルバム？図書館じゃないですか？
The basement. Do you know exactly where they
は
are?
い。授業で使う資料を借りに行った時、本棚に並んでるの見たことが。
葉のあたりの棚は学園史に関する文献ばかりですが、そういった授業だったんですか？
いえ、生物の授業で図鑑を探してました。
Then a completely different section.
そうなんです。すっごい迷っちゃいました。まゆみちゃんが帰ってこないってクラスで心配されてたよね。
まあ、図書館広いもんね。
So this is what Kazuga is like. I wonder. Okay, theory crafting time. Look at this girl in the background, okay? You see this girl that's like kind of like waving, whatever? No, not the one right behind her, but the one off here to the right. So she's kind of waving. She kind of looks inconspicuous, but look on her bag. There's a triangle. You know what triangles mean? Illuminati. New World Order. Got it all figured out, guys. It's all a conspiracy. I don't know why I'm coming up with such dumb theories this episode. I'm just latching onto any little thing and just going with it. Have you heard anything about what the school was like in the past?
昔のですか？そういえばあんまり聞かないね。なんか言い伝えとかそういうの。ああ、私一つ知ってる。どこかの男子トイレの個室に真っ赤なコート着た女の人が住み着いてるんだって。
What the? That's like the opposite of what? Don't sign
そ
me
れ
off.
言い伝えっていうか怪談っていうやつなんじゃ。あれ？あ、そっか。
No, what I meant by slightly off was that there were discrepancies between what she said and what I heard from Kurodani. Must have been a case of a broken telephone. What else did I want to ask about? You heard any stories about your seniors who've already graduated?
聞いたことないかな。ま
Gosh,
ゆみちゃん
y'all
は？
don't know anything, do you?
私もないです。今の先輩だったらかっこいいねとか噂になってる人いますけど。ああ、伊庭先輩とかね。
かっこいいって。
上司に人気あるんですよ、伊庭先輩。お弁当作ってきたいとか言ってる子いますし。
She'd probably love one full of barbecued meats.
豪華いいな。でも 小遣い大
Eva-san eats a ton
変。
after
ところ
all.
で何の調査なんですか？
ねえ、ちょっと新しい卒業アルバムの制作のために。
へえ、いろんなお仕事があるんですね。卒業か。まだ全然時間ないね。そうだね。まだまだ先だもんね。ああ、予令だ。行かなきゃ。それじゃあ失礼します。
Thanks for your help, even though you guys gave me absolutely nothing to go off of. Watch as the 2 night students run off. Except for that girl with the triangle on her bag. Most of the other students have already gone to their classrooms, the hallways engulfed in silence.
どうも。夜の生徒は昔のことってほとんど知らねえっぽいな。
I don't think the night students know much of anything. They're like NPCs.
噂ですら昼から伝わったっぽいやつだけでしたね。
They're literally like just the NPCs from Angel Beats, where they're just kind of there and they have like artificial backstories, but they don't like have a future because I don't know, they just think they're at school, but they're not. Can't be anything more than a rumor, one that make a portrait of Beethoven
じゃ
laugh.
あ20年前ってまだ夜の世界はなかったのか？
Not necessarily, but I wouldn't be surprised if something happened during that time, and that's when it's kind of started.
いえ、ではそれ以前学園長が見せてくれた魔石はどうやって保存していたんでしょう？
I'm guessing that the fire that happened was somebody attacking the school, trying to get a hold of those stones.
あれってラズリット・ブロッドストーンって。
They have to be connected to the founder of the
そうで
school.
す。そしてラズリットは間違いなく20年以上前の人物です。
I wouldn't be surprised if he's still alive.
そっか。石
That's what I
は
was
20年
guessing
前からあ
Nino
ったはずだよね。ラズリットさんのものだったなら。
それ以降に魔石が湧いて出たのでなければですが。
Because we know Nino Mai is a boy, right? So like if I was gonna go so far as to guess that Nino Mai was somebody from the past, not sure though. Those had to have been around then if they belonged to Lazarus-san, assuming they didn't here after then. Where would they have
魔
come
力の
from?
塊という話でしたから、生成できないものでもないかもしれないでしょう。
Yeah, I'd imagine they were just kind of his mana that he kind of stored up for such a long time.
でもそんなもん作れそうなのってマギエだけだろ。
マギエってすごく希少なはずですよね。
I think Rito might know anything about those
聞いてみま
stones.
しょう。
Gives a nod and we descend the stairs to the library. A lot of Rito saw in this episode. I did like that they gave her a cool CG though. Kind of dropped that reveal. I just wasn't expecting that. I mean, it makes sense now that they did, but I was just like kind of out of nowhere. As always, Rito's quietly standing in the corner of the library. Realized now that we were surprisingly never questioned her behavior before we found out that she wasn't
リト
human.
さん、また聞きたいことがあるのですが。
I know, it's like we're like halfway through the series. We never thought to like say anything about this.
ええ、いいわよ。
ラズリット・ブロッドストーンという石を
もちろん知ってるわ。お母様が作ったものだから。
Mother? Wait, what?
お母様、クラール・ラズリットさんのことですね。
Wh- Are they a girl?
そうよ。
Did those stones exist 20
あっ
years
た
ago?
わ。
それはどこに？
場所までは知らないけれど、今も何個かはこの学園の魔術結界に使われているはずよ。
どうやって保存されているかは？
知らないわ。
ここの宝物庫とかにはないんですか？
ミストの宝物庫にはないわよ。それは確実。
あれは厳重に保管しなければならない貴重なものなのですよね。
そうね。あれはマギエ・クラール・ラズリットにしか作ることのできない。
ラズリットにしか。
I'm
This
wondering if Lazarus is a girl. Has it been confirmed that they are definitely a guy? Because one thing I'm noticing, and I don't know if there's any merit to it, but all of the Maggies are all girls, right? Like, am I right about that? I don't think we know of any male Maggies. Because let's think about it. There's Sumi, Tsubaki, right? The other one we know was Michiru. They thought it was us, but Michiru is actually a girl. And Crowl, if he really was a guy, would be the only male Maggie we know of.
クラール・ラズリットは時を操るマギエだったの。あの石は一旦魔力を込めて、それから 石の時間を停止させて作っているの。
Manipulated time.
魔力を半永久的に生み出すアイテムなんて後にも先にもあれくらいしかないわ。
葉の石をめぐって争いが起きてもおかしくないくらいのもの
Yeah,
と
that's
いうこと
great.
ですか？
Great to have something that would fuel a war, you know, just right below our feet.
もっと魔術
somewhere near
が
us.
盛んな時代だったらあれをめぐって戦争が起きてもおかしくないくらいよ。
Yeah, it does feel like magic's like it's kind of similar to Harry Potter in the way that like most people wouldn't know about magic or anything. It's kind of like hidden, but I don't feel like it's like we practice it or anything like they do.
戦争？
魔力を半永久的に生み出すということは壊れることはあるのですか？物理的に落としたら割れると言って。
物理的に壊れることはないわ。ただ一つ、あらかじめ込められた魔力をはるかに超える量を引き出すと。
そうか。だから霞が借りてるやつはいきなり壊れたりしねえんだな。
急激に大量の魔力を引き出したりしなければね。
はあ、すごい石なんですね。
Yeah, a little too
厳重
amazing,
に
kind
保
of
管され
dangerous.
ている理由はよくわかりました。20年前からあったらしいことも。
Yeah, it's kind of like the first Harry Potter with the Philosopher's Stone, you know, kind of a crazy powerful item. Not quite necessarily in the same way, but still don't have any information about 20 years ago or why someone tried to cover everything up. Principal would probably know, but I highly doubt she'll tell us.
むしろ隠蔽してる側じゃねえのか。
Oh
情
yeah.
報の隠蔽は学園ぐるみで行われていると見るべきでしょうからね。学園長が素直に話してくれるとは思えません。
No,
ハイ
absolutely
ジさ
not.
んたちが何を調べてたのかもわかんないままだよね。
Right, that was our original objective.
リトさん、彼女たちは資料以外に何か見ていたものはないですか？
他はいろいろと魔術書を見ていたようね。特定のものをというわけではなく、いろんな種類の。
そうですか。それは何か調べていたのか、単に興味があったのか。
魔術師の家系って言ってたもんね。
I don't know. I think they're pretty calculated, especially Louis. I don't think Louis looks at things without like a clear intention. That's kind of why I started making that whole theory about him looking into the homunculus. Not just because it's like, oh yeah, I was looking to protect my master, yeah, or my mistress, I should say. I think there was more to that. Maybe it has to tie into this mystery somehow.
そもそもここで調べてたのは向こうも手がかりを探すためで、具体的な目的があってのことかどうかもわかんねえんだよな。
Assume we can take over objects and kind of like act through them. I wonder if it's possible to act through an ermine. I know I'm really like obsessed with this, and I might be totally wrong, but like I don't know. I just think there's more to Ninomai than we're understanding. I don't think Ninomai is just a comedy relief character. I think there's actually something deeper going on there. I know you guys kind of had varying opinions on that. So you might not want there to be something there. I'm not saying I necessarily need there to be something there, but I'm speculating based on everything that's happening so far that there is something.
そうですね。ここで何か掴んだのかどうなのかも。
Luko goes quiet and the rest of us stop talking as we think about it. There's just a lot of things that could be a lot different than we thought. Like, I think Rito's a good example. Like, that just kind of dropped on us. It makes sense. Like, I probably could have figured that out. I just never really thought about it. If anything, we found a new mystery to solve, and that's only adding to our stress. Did they realize there's something fishy about 20 years ago, or... I don't know, what's stopping us from just working with them instead? We're trying to work around them because they don't trust us. What's stopping us from just saying, hey, I actually think you are investigating something. We genuinely don't know what it is that you're looking into, but we'll help you try to figure it out together.
何です？
Want to go talk to them directly again? Is that a bad idea? Okay,
聞
yes,
く
I
耳
think
持っ
it's
て
a
な
great
かった
idea.
ろ。大丈夫か？
It's the problem though is like kind of how we've had this issue of telling the whole group about our sister and stuff, and we kind of wanted to hide that. I think we'd have to go into that with the same kind of mindset that he does with Michiru, because it's just not something we really can like fully tell them. It might be dangerous to.
そうだよね。
そうですね。私も彼女らがどんな情報を持っているか引き出せるなら引き出したいです。
みんなで行くの？
いえ、あまり人数が多くても警戒されてしまいそうですから。
Amaro, you gotta hold down the fort with Shizuka. Just me and Muko. That Shizuka-chan would instantly
う
snap
る
at
せ
them.
え、人のこと言えんのか？
See, you lost your cool just now.
てめえが相手だからだ。
待ってましょうね、村雲先輩。
As Amaro tries to calm Murako, who's complaining under his breath, Muko and I pay a visit to the guest room that Heidi and her butler are staying in. Yes, good. We get to leave those two out of it. Heading back to the door, and Samaro and Murako return to their own rooms. Muko tells me to wait and leaves for somewhere.
お待たせしました。
He comes back fairly soon, accompanied by
いや、
Tsubaki-chan.
古賀君。彼女たちと話すんだって。
Yeah, are you coming with
理由
us?
はわかるでしょ？
Obviously. She can tell when somebody is lying. I also think Heidi apparently trusted her enough to say something to her in confidence, which she immediately told us what it was. She didn't really say not to tell them, but perfect weapon to have in our
で
arsenal.
は、行きましょう。
Okay, I want to see how this conversation goes. We arrive at the guest room and Muko knocks on the door.
はい。
We hear the butler respond from
夜分
inside.
失礼します。徳佐の獅子頭ですが。
We hear hushed voices and the sound of something moving inside. This time Heidi responds instead of the
あな
butler.
たたちと話すことなんて何もありません。
だ、そうです。
Well, we've got something to say to you even if you don't.
そんな勝手な都合は知りません。帰ってちょうだい。
では、情報交換ということでいかがです？
だから話すことなんて何よルイ。
情報交換とは？
ちょっと何を勝手に。
こちらの持っている情報をいくつかお教えしてもいいと思っています。
誰があなたたちなんかにちょっとルイ。
I don't think the butler's willing to cooperate. I like how Louis just going over her.
すごい勢いで引きずられたような音がしたんだが。
まあ、相談しているようですし、待ちましょう。
Not quite sure whether it's a discussion or if the butler made a decision based on the situation of trying to persuade Heidi. For a while, we hear what sounds like whispers coming from inside. Soon after the door unlocks, the doorknob turns, the door opens.
どうぞ。
With his usual expressionless face, the butler gives each of us a glance and then beckons us inside.
失礼します。
お邪魔します。
I like how they apologize for intruding or whatever, and we just say
忠
nothing.
告したのに。
Heidi says that with a sigh when she sees that Tsubaki-chan is with us.
前にも言ったが、私にはあなたの言うことがさっぱり理解できないのでね。
Heidi looks like she wants to say something in return, but the butler glares at her and she keeps her words to herself. Then she turns to Muko and tells her with a voice laced with
それ
thorns.
で一体何を教えていただけるの？
Almost like she wants to get this over with and chase us out. This is probably the point of their conversation. Probably the point of their conversation earlier in this room. Other seems a bit cautious as well, poised to jump on us at any time.
その前に、そもそもあなた方の目的は何ですか？時計塔を気にしていたのはなぜです？
答える義務はないと思いますが。
それがわからないと、何があなた方にとって有益な情報なのか。
答えることによってこちらが不利になるということも考えられますけれど。
それは不利になるような理由だということですか？
そんなことはそちらの受け取り方次第じゃありません。
They're both trying to probe each other's real intentions, and neither of them are willing to move to the main topic. We're getting nowhere like this. It's an exchange of information, so we should be the ones to offer what we know
なら、
first.
お任せします。
You know, Heidi, the clock tower we went to the other night was fake. Her eyes grow wide. The butler is at least somewhat surprised and lets out an impressed voice. While I'm at it, I should also mention that we've been inside the real one and you can't reach the belfry from in there. Even if you scale the walls, you can't get inside. Pretty sure about that. Luko quietly watches Heidi and Louis' reactions as they speak.
それが本物の情報だという証拠は？
That's true. I mean, we are telling them what they want to hear. They suspected that there was something wrong with it, and we're telling them that there's something wrong with it. What do you think we tried so hard to stop you guys from getting in there? Didn't you try so desperately to enter because you thought the clock tower was fishy?
では、その本物の時計塔の中には何がありました？
Well? I was about to answer, Muko gently nudges me if her arm prevent me from
そ
doing
れは
so.
ご自分の目で確かめられればどうです？
自分の？
あなた方を本物の時計塔にお連れしても構いません。その代わり教えていただけませんか？
何を？
あなた方の言う犠牲とは何を指しているのか。
He looks baffled as she looks over at Louis, who's also silent. I think that's fair. We just told them a lot of information. Now they just need to tell us something. I think this will work beneficially for both parties. I steal a glance at Spocky-chan. She detects my gaze and gives a small shake of her head. Nothing suspicious so far.
しばらく考える時間をいただけますか？
わかりました。では方針が決まったら声をかけてください。
Muko heads towards the door, signaling for us to follow. I become immersed in thought as I watch the people from the bureau leave. Adelheid is pacing around the room, restlessly.
罠かしら。
なんとも言えん。ただ、犠牲とは何なのかという質問が気になる。
私たちがどこまで掴んでいるのか。
そうかもしれないが。
The lack of movement from the school's administration also bugs me. They should know we're suspicious of them, yet they're not doing anything
時
to
計
us.
塔には近づいただけで、あの反応だったというのに。
ルイ？
思い違いなのか？徳佐は敵ではないのかもしれない。
まあ、また一人で勝手に考え込んで。
Feel the impact of a cushion or something similar, and hear Adelheid's footsteps growing distant. So she went to her bed to
さ
sulk.
っきの話、受けてみるべきか。
This real clock tower intrigues me. The whole day has passed and Heidi and Louis haven't approached us at all. We went to the library to try and dig for more information, but we don't find anything new.
とにかく広すぎるもんね。
しらみつぶしだと何日かかるかわからんな。
Deciding to take a break, we returned to the bureau office. For some reason, even without my saying anything, Murokuma was naturally standing before the teapot. Being an errand boy has become second nature to you, huh?
ああ、何か言ったか？
Nothing. Nothing at all.
嘘つけなんか絶対言って。
I love pissing him off. As Murokuma starts snapping at me, ears, or if not, comes from the door.
どうぞ。
What the? What are you doing here? No, you're not allowed to bother us. Go away. We have more important things going on in this story. I don't want to get sidetracked with you. The door opens and Kazuya peeks through it. She looks apologetic, but she also looks
春日さん、
troubled.
どうしたんですか？
それが
Oh my gosh.
またなくし物の相談なんですけど。
Ah, I don't want to deal with you. Just hurry and say it before another fairy pops up. She summoned and missed before, and it was quite the pesky one at
実は
that.
昨日資料を探しに図書館に行った時ノートなくしちゃったんです。
図書館でですか？
はい。資料を探す時にあれこれ本を出して見てて
Ooh,
途中までノートは手に持ってた気がするんですけど
conspiracy
さ
time?
っきカバン見たらなかったんです。
She was studying something she shouldn't have, and the Illuminati girl got to her. She freaking stole her notebook.
器用ななくし方するな。
すみません。一緒に探していただけないですか？
いいですよ。
Fine.
図書館のどのあたりですか？
あっち側の棚の奥の扉の中です。
そ
Door.
こは図書館ではなく物置ですが。
そうです。まゆみそこ違うって友達に突っ込まれて慌てて出たんでした。
Wait, was there something I was supposed to be paying attention to when we had that whole stupid thing going on Fujito? Was there actually something hidden in that closet? Did that have meaning?
それでノートのことを忘れて飛び出しちゃったんだね。
器用どころじゃねえよ。
ごめんなさい。
Don't worry about it, we'll help you
し
find
ょう
it.
がねえな。
We head out to the library before the fairy shows up again. That stupid fairy, I don't want to see that ever again. This is the right place.
ほこりっぽいね。
Okay, let's investigate here. Looks like there might be something kind of further back here. There's some books. Wonder if there's books that maybe we weren't supposed to know about. I'm surprised this was open. Didn't she have to unlock this? Enter the storage closet hidden deep in the library. While it does have a light, it leaves a very gloomy impression. There's dust floating around everywhere.
普段あまり使われていないそうですから。
で、ノートか。どの辺にいたんだ？
こっちの方だと思います。
どんなノート？
表紙の普通の大学ノートです。
Real notebook, huh? I don't
そ
see
の
it.
辺に積んである本の下
We'll try to search for the notebook, moving books around and looking in cardboard boxes containing who
こ
knows
っちの
what.
箱にはないよ。
これも白紙のわらばんししか入ってねえな。
あの青いのはどうですか？奥の方で崩れている本の下敷きになってるんですが。
Give me 1 second. There.
すみません。何か大ごとに。
大丈夫。ミッチー力仕事得意だから。
Since when did finding a notebook require strength?
文句言ってねえで早く放り出せよ。
You take this bundle of paper. It's in the way.
急に渡すな。
Go be my errand boy. Move this out of my way. Just a bit more. Got it. I do indeed find a ruled notebook under the mess of books. How did it get all the way under there?
よかった。ヨセさんまだ来てないよね。
大丈夫です。姿は見えません。
ありがとうございました。私一人じゃ掘り出せないところに。
つが、なんであんな奥に行くんだ。
Probably left on top of some books and then they came tumbling down.
よかったですね。さあ、授業に遅れないように。
失礼します。
She gives us a bow and briskly
と
walks
りあえ
off.
ず戻しましょう。
だいぶ動かしまくったからな。
What a pain.
どこに何があったか覚えてる？
Okay, what are we gonna find in here that's important to the story? Obviously, that we're not just doing a little treasure hunt here. There's got to be something in this room that we needed to see. I don't know. I put things in random places.
だいたいわかりますから。
Following Muko's orders to move the books and boxes back to roughly their original locations. What's this? Where was it before? Pick up a bundle wrapped in paper and ask Muko, but she appears
そ
confused.
んなものありました？
それは元からその辺にあったんじゃねえの？
Really?
なんなのそれ？
Through a hole in the paper wrapping, I can make out the word anthology. Looks like they're old student anthologies.
古い？いつのものですか？
あ、もしかしてここになら20年前の何かとか残ってるんじゃ。
Hold on, I'm opening this. Remember the contents of the wrapping. There are 10 or so thin booklets on the cover. 1972. That's a while ago.
40年は前だぞ。
古すぎますね。
I mean, I think that still can tell us something. We need anything from like 20 years ago or more.
なんだ？単なる在庫が？
Looks like they probably forgot to throw out the extras. And a copy over to Muko. Good disappointment appears on her face as she flips to the old booklet.
問題なく40年ほど前の文集ですね。
他に何かねえの？
Take a look. Open up the other box and turn over the old books lying around, but my efforts are fruitless.
こっちのは古い教科書ですね。10年ほど前のですから。
これも昔のテスト問題か何かだな。
Even if they're from 20 years ago, math tests aren't going to help us.
やはり徹底的に20年前の情報だけは隠蔽されているようですね。
ますます怪しいな。何があったんだ一体。いや、火事らしいのは分かってんだけどさ。
Maybe they had to hide the cause of the fire no matter
そも
what.
そも火事がただの事故ではなかったというこ
Oh,
と。
no, definitely not.
これなんだっけ？なんか可愛い絵が描いてあるけど。
Oh, it's wrapping on the anthologies from before. I didn't realize there's a
絵
picture
が
on
内
it.
側になってたんじゃない？ほら、折りたたんで跡がこっち向いてる。
Oh, I see.
92年度天秤瑠璃学園
Oh.
学園祭だって。これ学園祭の劇か何かの絵かな？
1992. That's 20 years ago.
ガラスマくん。
え？
今何年度と言いました？
92年って 書いてある。
ちょうど20年前じゃねえかよ。
へえ。
Let me take a look at that. I peer at the flyer in his hands. On the inner side of the folds, there's a drawing of a princess wearing a dress. The name of the artist is written in a corner.
そんな。
The 92 School Festival. Cover illustration by first year of class 2.
これ。
Oh! Oh! So, that's why they don't know anything. The night students are remnants of the school from 20 years ago. Furia.
これ20年前のだよね。
Supposed to be.
1992年度。間違いありません。
じゃあ同姓同名にしては珍しい名前すぎるよね。
Where's this Furia then?
だけどよ、この絵、前に夢の中で見たあいつのドレスそっくりだぞ。
You're right. The more I look at it, the more the dress looks like the one Furia was wearing in her dream with the pumpkin carriage.
時間は授業です。夜の授業。
やべ。
風呂屋町さんに聞くことは今夜は無理ですね。
もう寮に戻ってる頃だね。
What should we
少し
do?
落ち着きましょう。
Okay, that would explain why they covered up the graduation albums, because that would give away that they're the night students. The somewhat annoyed face Muko sighs and says that in an attempt to change the mood.
混乱した頭では何を聞くべきかも正しく考えられません。
Yeah, it's not like we can talk to Fury any sooner than tomorrow
え
night.
え、その前にまずは一晩頭を冷やして。
Fortunately, there's not much we can do right now. We need to take this poster with us, though. Make sure it doesn't disappear randomly. Call it a night and return to our rooms thoroughly confused. I'm tired. After that bombshell of a discovery, I couldn't really sleep and ended up like that until
授
morning.
業中寝てたんじゃねえだろうな。
Can't remember.
それ絶対寝てるよね。
You know, I can't remember if I was sleeping or not. You know, that's crazy. Rather than meeting up briefly during our breaks, we decided to wait until classes were over and assemble in the
で
basement.
はリトさんのところへ。
Muko takes the role of the leader and shows the flyer we found yesterday to Rito.
リトさん、これを見てください。このプリントは20年前のものでしょうか。
She stares fixedly at the drawing of a princess and eventually shakes
わ
her
から
head.
ない。私の中にはこれについての記録がない。
So it was erased.
おそらくこれも削除された書類の一部だから答えられないのでしょう。
そっか。じゃあわからないね。
質問を変えてみましょう。
After a bit of thought, Muko asked Rito in a prudent tone of voice.
あなたは20年前にもこの学園にいたのですよね。20年前、学園で風呂屋町猫を見かけたことは？
ないわ。ほとんど図書館にいて生徒とはあまり交流がなかったの。
Gosh, I can't believe freaking Neko is actually more important in the story.
20年前の事故について何でもいいです。
詳しくは知らないわ。落雷で火事があったという話は聞いたけれど、
他に亡くなった人は？
身元の判明した犠牲者のリストなら当時生徒用にと渡されたので持ってるわ。
Oh. She then proceeds to indifferently recite a list of names as if she were reading off a sheet.
聞いたことない名前ばっかだな。
You haven't. That means there aren't any who are here now at the school like
任
Furia.
せろ。今いる生徒の名前なら覚えてる。
待ってください。
So as Muko says that, Rito stops listing off names and turns to look at her.
身元が判明したということは、身元が判明しなかった犠牲者もいるということですか？
現場は火の勢いが強すぎて遺体の判別が難しかったそうよ。
She responds in the same indifferent tone as when she lists off the names. There is nothing more than information, not memories of emotional
死体
attachments.
すら満足に出なかった生徒が多数いて、そういう生徒は行方不明者ということになっていると
その行方不明者のリストは持っていますか？おそらく犠牲者のリストとともに渡されているかと思いますが。
He looks troubled again when posed with that
まさか
question.
それもインクで塗りつぶされているのですか？
ええ、私の中にない。
なんだそりゃ、行方不明者のリストだけが。
なんか不気味だね。
Interesting. Luca places her slender fingers on her chin and runs them back and forth across her jaw. Understanding that her brains work at full capacity, I remain quiet as I watch her.
分室へ戻りましょう。
She simply says that and asks Murakumo to pass on a message to
大事な
Sabaki-chan.
話になりそうなので、ミブさんと村雲さんにもいてほしいのです。
あ、
Murakumo informs Sabaki-chan that two girls meet us in the bureau's office.
お呼び立てしてすみません。
いいよ、大事な話なんでしょ？
はい。
We have everyone here in this room. After we all take our seats, Muko recounts what we discovered so we're all on the same page.
これまでのことから一つの仮説が成り立ちます。
Okay, I would love to hear your theory.
誰かが20年前の事故のことを念入りに隠している。これは学園の関係者である可能性が高いです。
Wow, I wonder who it could be.
そうだな。念の入れ方ややり口からして学園関係者以外不可能だろう。
ええ、20年前の事故だけでなく20年前のすべてのもの、学園祭のパンフレットでさえ隠されていますから。これはつまり生徒の足跡そのものが知られたくない秘密であることを指しています。そして
Luca takes out the cover of the school festival pamphlet and lays it on the desk.
これが偶然見つけた唯一の20年前の痕跡です。
本当だ。かぼちゃの馬車に乗ってた子だね。
風呂屋町さんか。
20年前の学園祭のイラスト。この名前で同姓同名は考えにくいです。ここはひとまず同一人物と仮定します。
うん。でもそうすると。
そうです。風呂屋町さんは20年前にこの学園に通っていた人間ということになります。
This makes me want to go back, look at her entire route again, and see if there was anything I missed that would have led to this.
そして火事で身元の判明した死亡者のリストは消されていないのに、行方不明者のリストは消されています。つまり行方不明者のリストの名前は知られては困る名前が載っている。
I'm guessing because those names would be familiar to someone who knew all the students.
それが風呂屋町だってのか。
じゃあ夜の生徒って。
夜の世界の人間は本当は異世界からやってきたのではなく、
They come from the realm of the dead.
20年前の火事で犠牲になった生徒だということではないでしょうか。
All of them, not just Furia.
伊庭先輩やひなさんも。
でも、なんで？火事で行方不明になった人たちがなんで夜の学園に通ってんの？
We start clamoring and asking
少なくとも
questions.
私が会った限りでは夜の生徒には私たちに隠し事をしている気配がある者はいなかったと思うよ。
They're stuck in limbo then.
だったら自分たちが20年前の生徒って知ってて隠してる人はいないってことだね。
That's why the other students aren't allowed to interact with them.
そもそも夜の世界って学園長が言ってたような異空間を作るために呼び出してるんじゃ。
If what Muka says is true, then that probably isn't the only
Yeah.
reason.
仮に20年前の生徒だとしてタイムスリップとかさせてきてるってことなのか。
だとしたら火事が起きる前の生徒を今の時代に呼んでいるのかな。
いえ、それもありえないことではないとは思いますが、
You think that's not the
それなら
case?
ば身元の判明した犠牲者のリストも消すべきでは。死亡者リストが消されていない理由は夜の生徒の中にそのリストに名前のある人物がいないから。
そう。
火事の前にタイムスリップできるなら 死んじゃった生徒も呼べばいいってことになるよね。そうすれば助かるはずだし。
あ、そうか。
ですが実際はリトさんの記憶にある身元の判明した犠牲者の名は現在の学園には誰もいません。
I'm just confused. Is it really time travel magic? I was assuming it was just that they were dead. They're kind of called from the void, and they just don't realize it. I assume,
20
sorry.
年経っているというのに姿が変わらず学生のままのように見えるのは死亡した当時のままなのではないかと。
But why is their outfits different? Their outfits are like the opposite of ours.
もう死んでるっていうのか。
まだ確証は得られていませんし、これらはあくまで私の考え。
Sorrowful look appears on Amara's face as his body goes stiff. We all hang our heads in dejection and at a loss for words at Tsubaki-chan's remark.
でもさ、どうして行方不明の人だけ夜の世界の人間になってるのかな。
Unable to bear the silence, Sumi-chan throws a question out there, speaking a little bit faster than usual.
火事で亡くなったのに違いがないなら、夜の人の中に身元の判明した人がいてもおかしくないんじゃない？
それはおそらく魔術的な何かの条件があるのではないかと考えられます。
魔術的。
例えば身元が判明したことによって死という事実が決定してしまったら、その事実を歪めることはできないなどで
Yeah, it has
す。
to be something like that.
事象が確定されていない行方不明者にしか発動できない魔術だってことか。
Yeah, because only magic would have been able to like confirm who those people really were.
もちろん条件は詳細には分かりませんし、夜の生徒に身元判明者がいないこと自体単に確率上の問題かもしれませんが。
So my question is though, what's the purpose of them then? Why are they still, you know, lingering around? What goal is there from, you know, Fuhito or whoever's behind this for having them around? We were told one reason why, but I think there might be another reason, or that might have just been a lie in the first place. If Rito named the entire list already, then there weren't that many of them. Room falls silent again. This time Amara's the first to speak.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ夜の人たちが西寮に帰ってるのは結局どういうことなの？
どう言うってなんだよ。
今の話だと彼らがやってきて帰る異世界っていうのは学園側の嘘ってことだよね。
それはまだ何とも言えませんね。
Luko starts
た
thinking
だ
aloud.
少なくともあの西寮の警備から考えて、あそこが学園にとって大切な場所であるということは。
ってことはだ。
Mokuro looks like he's deep in thought and talks as if he were talking to
なん
himself.
とかして西寮に入れれば何かわかるかもしれねえのか。
常に複数の風紀委員が見張りに立っているし、何かあればすぐに増援が駆けつける手はずになっているからな。
Zoki-chan nods in agreement with Murakumo, and both expeditionary committee members look glum. At that, Muko says coolly,
なるほど。西寮に潜入してみるの
Hell
は
yeah.
いいかもしれません。
This is Ushio's rebel arc, where she's just gonna break all the rules.
今の話聞いてなかったのかよ。警備厳重だっつってんだろ。
そんなものは関係ないです。
はあ？
西寮にはあの人がいますから。
Momo-senpai, Heidi, Suwa. Ah, frick. Who is in the dorm? Is Heidi and Louis in the West Storms, or is it Suwa? I think it's technically Suwa, but let me just double check, make sure. It's supposed to be Suwa. Okay, because I was trying to remember. I don't think they're in that dorm, but I'm not too sure.
そうです。彼女は西寮の生徒です。ならばヤヌスの鍵さえあれば誰にも知られずに入れるではありませんか。
そっか。あの鍵ってあの人のいるとこって念じればどこでも行けるんだったね。
Ooh, this is so devious. I like it. I like it.
鍵ならここにあるしね。
She immediately takes up the key that's hanging from the string around her neck.
待ってください。
Tells Sumi-chan that, and her eyes glued to the
入
door.
ってもよろしいかしら？
Oh, you guys have such the worst timing. Frick, there's so many mysteries going on right now.
いえ、ここにいてください。
いいの？
はい。どうぞ。空いています。
Are they gonna help us investigate? Because that would be awesome. The door opens and Heidi enters with her butler. They're so clearly cautious of us, but their antagonizing aura from a few days ago is gone. He glances at everyone in the room. He stops for a moment when he reaches Sumi-chan, but I can't tell what he's thinking.
先日のお返事ですか？
まだ完全に信用したわけではありませんからね。
He clears the throat as if to emphasize that.
情報を交換する前に一つ頼みがあってきたのです。
頼みですか？時計塔とは別の件という意味ですか？
ええ、もちろん時計塔もですけれど、西寮の方にもどうにかして入りたいの。
Wow, crazy. We had the same idea.
え？
West
そうよ。
Storms.
西寮の前でミスト絡みでも何でもいいから何か騒ぎを起こしてくれない？
Oh yeah, we totally can just do that. We have access to so many mists. We're surprised they've also set their sights in the West Storms. We can't help but exchange glances with one another. We're just like, yeah.
奇遇ですね。私たちも今まさに西寮へ入りたいと話し合っていたところです。
We're all working together. This is what I wanted. I figured we all have the same goal, so. Louis, who was watching us without saying a word, raises his eyebrows slightly.
適当なことを言って私たちを見張るつもりじゃないでしょうね。
We're gonna cause the incident in front of the West Storms for you. We'd be cooperating regardless.
それはまあ
嘘ではないよ。それに騒ぎに便乗して侵入するというやり方が通用するとは思えないな。
風紀の警備もなめんなよ。全員が騒ぎに寄ってくるほどバカじゃねえぞ。
ではそちらにはもっと有効な侵入方法があるということですね。
He stares at Sumi-chan the entire time as he
お察
says
しの
that.
通りです。
Seems that she's figured out after seeing where her butler is
なるほど。
looking.
それに我々も同行させてもらえると。
We'll have them tell us the information we want
交換
first.
条件としてですよ。
Yes, exactly.
後ほどお話を伺わせていただきます。
よろしいですね。フラウ。
そうね。いいわよ。
Oh, this is getting so
で
good.
もう一つ。西寮内ではこちらの行動に従って勝手に動かないと約束してください。
うん。そうしてもらえないと風紀の警備網に引っかかって捕まっても。
わかったわ。勝手に動き回ることはしません。
こちらとしてもことを荒立てるのは本意ではございませんので。
いいでしょう。ならもう少し慎重に行きましょう。
Oh, I'm so excited. We're finally learning more stuff. This is so good. Very
す
interested
ぐ
to
行
know.
かないの？
学園側が徹底的に隠そうとしている秘密に踏み込むかもしれないのです。こちらの行動を悟られないように。
Yeah, I definitely think we should think it out first, just to make sure that we kind of have an idea of what we're doing.
でね、その時お友達が一斉に踊り出しちゃってさ。
What? Why are we smiling again?
大変ですね。
What happened after?
みんな見た目は怪物っぽいじゃない？でも踊ってるとすっごい可愛いのよね。
へえ、見てみたいな。
お姉ちゃんじゃないわ。かすみ、何喋ろっかな。
やば。思ったより難しいよ。
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
村雲さん、大丈夫かな。
少しの間ならごまかせるでしょう。
In order to guard against the administration secretly surveying us or the principal paying us an unexpected visit, we pretend to be in the bureau office. That being said, it's only Sui-chan and some puppets that she's controlling.
言っとくが、あいつ演技力とかねえぞ。
Ah, okay.
すみちゃんは正直だからな。
While you're busy preparing, it's almost time for night to fall. All because you won't trust
まだ
us.
信用したわけじゃないですと。
Because of this, we ended up wasting a lot of time on her testing out the key of Yanis and trying to grasp its capabilities.
異世界が嘘だとすれば、西寮にいても 異世界に取り残されたりはしないはずです。それならばいっそ夜の世界が来ている最中。
それは同意するわ。だけど時計塔の時みたいに偽の場所に連れて行かれても困るから、鍵は私たちに使わせてくださらない？
構いませんよ。後できちんと返していただければ。
そこは信用していただきたい。窃盗などというバインベルガー家の不名誉にしかならない真似はいたしません。
You literally attack people in the school. How does that not disgrace your name? Louis courteously states that as he accepts the key from Muko. I thought that she handed it over all too readily, but it seems it's easier to trust him since her reputation as a distinguished family is on the line.
そろそろ夜が来ます。さあ、行きましょう。
I think they've already kind of tarnished their reputation a bit since they've been here, but okay. Yeah. Louis pictures a person we want to reach as he holds the key in his right hand and turns it to the imaginary keyhole.
諏訪葵の部屋へ。
Dun dun dun. Leather slowly opens the door as to not make any sound. Being in the room, he gestures for us to follow as he enters the room. When we get inside, we see the lights are off and Sue is sleeping in her bed.
もう寝てるの？
やけに早いな。
Startled by the chiming of the bell outside, Amara rushes to cover his mouth to prevent himself from making any noise.
何か。
Lucky-chan lets out an alarmed voice. The floor in the room starts glowing faintly and the light starts to form a circle.
いけない。みんな扉の中に戻って。
Eddie backs away, sounding distressed. Recognizing this is something serious, we follow after her and evacuate to the
何で
guest
す？
room.
魔法陣よ。あのままあの場にいたら巻き込まれてしまうわ。
Looking through the open door, the circular light does appear to be a magic circle with a complicated pattern.
一体何の魔術？
Without warning, the magic circle emits a conspicuously bright light enveloping the bed that Sua Aoi is sleeping in. Does it like take over people in there? Gone towards it, her body begins to blur.
なんか違う。
The light gradually fades and her body outline grows clearer. Is it gonna be Furia? Yep.
そんな風呂山ちさん。
Okay, I kinda expected something like this. One outstretched in the bed right now is not Sua Aoi, but rather Furia Machi Neko.
いけない。目を覚ますぞ。
扉を閉めて。
ああ。
The dumbfounded butler hurries to try to shut it. Ah, interesting.
ねえ、あの課題やってきた？
Still fazed by what we witnessed, we exited the room and now are staring blankly at the night students arriving.
普通に。みんな普通に来てるね。
It's a sight we've grown all but accustomed to. The night students cheerfully exchange greetings and chat about everyday topics as they make their way to the classrooms.
黒山地さん。
Needless to say, Furia is among them. She spots us and gives a friendly wave of her hand as she runs over.
おはようございます。風呂山ちさん。
はい、なんでしょう？
Her bright and carefree smile makes it hard for Muka to keep
変
her
なこ
cool.
とを聞きますけれど、今って西暦何年でしたっけ？
西暦。
You can almost see a question mark appear above Furia's head. It's almost like she's never heard of a calendar before.
では、あなたは何年度入学ですか？
何年度？
いえ、年度ではなく、何年にこの学園に入学しましたか？
今年ですよ。
This year.
それは何年です？
無駄よ。
You've already tried. Heidi mumbles that with a bitter look at her in her face as she watches Muka question
漢
Furia.
字をかけられているの。何年だとか、今がいつかだとか。
そのような魔術の痕跡は何重にも学園内にあった。
That's what you two are investigating.
暗示の魔術の気配。相当に厳重で複雑なものよ。
Muka realizes that's a wasted effort and sends Furia off to her classroom so she's not late.
じゃあまた。
Waving her hand, she runs off to her class, spraying with vigor.
やはり間違いない。 夜の生徒は実体を持たない魂だけの存在で、西寮の昼の生徒を媒体に降ろされているんだ。
And that's what the magic circle we saw earlier was.
そういうことになりますね。
では夜の生徒たちは獅子ヶ谷さんの推理通り20年前に火事で死んだ生徒たち。
They're no longer supposed to be in this world. None of us are able to move from where we're standing. We listlessly gaze at the school at night. As all the bells signaling the start of classes chimes as usual. Gosh, a lot of big revelations this episode, though. I'm glad we're getting into it. To the next episode, Ley-Line. Gosh, this has gotten so good, though. Like, I'm like really interested in what's going on. Like, they're finally like feeding us just loads of information. We return to the East Storm. I'm unable to digest what we witnessed. Okay, we end here. This is a perfect place to stop because I really want to like dive into this more next episode. I hope they give us more information. So wow, what a revelation. We learned quite a bit about Rito kind of being a homunculus. That was interesting. We've learned about the nighttime students dying in the fire. I mean, there's just a lot that we've kind of gone through, like this episode, and I feel like last episode was kind of, building it up too, right? A lot that's gone into this. Really excited to see where this goes. I mean, I have my theories, right? But I kind of just want to talk about things as they happen, because I mean, big stuff going on here at the school. I'm glad we're getting into it, and they're not waiting to the third game to just drop everything, right? The second game seems like we're going to have a lot of information here, and hopefully the third will really get into, like, the deep nitty-gritty, and it all comes together beautifully. But we're going to end it here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.